Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to share with you guys my personal life matter. Basically, I'm sharing this matter because I am in great and complex confusion right now. I really want you guys to give me your honest and wise advices. I believe your feedback would be so helpful for me. But before getting into the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting and engrossing real couple stories. This is John Bush. I am 28 years old man. I'm basically based in California and currently as a music teacher in a high school. I got married in 2015 with a young and pretty girl named Ariana. I met Ariana for the very first time when she came in the school where I was working as an arts teacher. To be honest, I had never seen such a beautiful lady before in my life. Moreover, I remember she was really so creative and was so perfect in baking, cooking and other things. In simple words, she was master of all traits. Well, I finally proposed to her one day, but she did not agree with my idea. In fact, she started ignoring me, but after my great efforts, I succeeded in convincing her to marry me. I remember I used to work day and night just to make her more happy financially. I even joined a bar where I used to play guitar whole nights and she agreed with me and we got married. I must say my wife is a really materialistic and gold-digger lady, but I always used to ignore her greedy nature and in fact, never take anything on my nerves. While our marriage life was really going good, our physical relationship is just so perfect and satisfying. I remember at initial days of our married life, my wife used to entertain me by wearing revealing dresses. We used to have a lot of fun and romance. On the weekends, we often used to go shopping and outing on weekends where I used to blow a lot of money on her. Fortunately, soon we were blessed with a baby girl named Emma. She's now in kindergarten. I remember as soon as I came to know about my wife's pregnancy, I asked my wife to quit her job. I really take care of her a lot. After our daughter, Emma, got 4 years old, we shifted to Washington from California due to some issues. But there I joined a high school as a music teacher just like before. But this time, my wife did not ask for an arts teacher. Instead, she joined a skincare company where she used to be the social media manager. Things started getting wrong when we shifted here in New York. To be honest, everything was normal and good just like before. But one day I observed something really awkward. I remember it was about 3 a.m. of the night. I was completely immersed in sleep. Meanwhile, I woke up in shock to see my wife nowhere in the bedroom. Well, I went out of the bedroom in order to see my wife, but I found my wife nowhere. Then I thought to check her in the gallery because I felt like someone was in the gallery, even though the lights were on. When I went to gallery, I was shocked to see my wife communicating with someone with gestures. I remember she was wearing a hot and attractive revealing dress. She was even wearing a lot of makeup as well. To be honest, I was shocked to see her like this at this dark hour of late night. I remember as soon as she found me awakened, she was literally like a fish out of water. I did not even ask her any question, but my wife began to give me an explanation that she was enjoying the weather. To be honest, the weather was just so ordinary. There was nothing to enjoy. I really ignored and asked her to come inside and sleep. I remember she was continuously looking back as if she was trying to explore something. The next morning when I woke up, I caught my wife on a phone call. That time she was in the kitchen. It seemed like she was trying to hide something as she was talking to in a very low voice. That day, my wife even forgot to add honey on my pancakes. I had never seen her like this absent-minded before. I remember Emma was continuously asking her mama about her favorite chocolate cookies. But my wife was continuously ignoring her and was all swamped in her mobile phone. When I reached the school and was playing guitar, I was literally continuously thinking about my wife's unusual behavior. I decided to discuss the matter with her. I thought that maybe my wife was in trouble or someone was harassing her as she was never so occupied with her mobile phone before. Things were getting really strange and perplexing day by day. I remember once I was taking Emma from her daycare on the way back to the house. Meanwhile, I caught sight of a woman who was literally resembling my wife. She was on the car's front seat along with a man. I was unable to see them both as they were wearing the masks. I was just noticing them and trying to identify them, but they moved to the car speedily. I thought that it was an illusion, so I just ignored it. But when I reached the house, I was shocked to see my wife had not even reached the house yet. I remember she used to come home very early from her workplace. But this time she did not reach. In fact, when I was calling her, she was not picking up my phone calls. When my wife reached the house, it was about 12 a.m. There was really no place of my angriness. That time, I literally shouted at her and asked her where she was. My wife's response was just beyond my understanding. She literally yelled at me and said that she was going to double work at her workplace as she wanted to have more money. She further told me that she is just tired of the same ordinary life. After hearing her words, I literally did not sleep the whole night. The way she indirectly declared me poor or the one who cannot fulfill his wife's duties was really ruining my mental peace. The next morning when I woke up, I found our daughter, Emma, very sick. When we took her to the doctor, we came to know that Emma was having a serious disease. We noticed to diagnose it as soon as possible. But the doctor demanded a huge amount from us. I hadn't even any savings that time. So I asked for a loan from one of my friends. But when I reached the hospital, after arranging money, I was shocked to know that my wife had already paid the amount. I was really confused because I really did not know from where my wife arranged such a big amount. I remember when I went towards her in order to ask her about the money, my wife was on a call and was showing her sense of gratitude to the person in the call. She was even saying some romantic things to that person on call. When I asked my wife from where she got money, she told me that her friend gave her. I was really very depressed because my wife's attitude was beyond my understanding. Like one day I cut aside in the same mask which I had seen before on a woman who was dating a man. The hint was enough. So I decided to chase my wife. I remember it was sad day's night when my wife left house by saying that she was going to her friend's wedding anniversary party. I was sure that she was going to date someone because the way she was preparing herself for enough clue for me. And as soon as she went outside, I hardly started following her silently and steadily. I was shocked to see her going inside of the house which was next to our house. I remember that house was really luxurious, which was owned by Jack. Jack is a money businessman. He's having a 5-year-old son because I had often seen him with his son. But I thought that maybe my wife wasn't actually going to meet Jack's wife. I kept following her and was shocked to see her kissing Jack passionately. I remember after seeing her, there was no place of my anger. I was just about to create panic. Meanwhile, I saw that Jack had received a call and seemed extremely anxious. He was saying my wife to go from his home because his wife's sleepover plan to her parents was cancelled. After hearing this all, I decided to take revenge instead of creating panic. I remember my wife reached the house at the par, and when I asked her why she came so early from her friend's party, she lied and said that she had a quarrel with her. To be honest, that night was not less than a nightmare for me. I was literally so restless and my wife's kissing scene with Jack was continuously popping up in my mind. I was really very depressed about my daughter, Emma. I really did not want her to live without my parents. The next morning, as soon as Jack left for his office, I started a conversation with Jake's wife, Lily. Lily is a really decent and beautiful girl, as she was continuously ignoring me and did not answer my question properly. I was doing all this in order to trap Jack's wife because I wanted to do the same thing to him as he did to me. I wanted him to taste the same pain which I had tolerated while I finally succeeded in finding Lily's Instagram account. We started chatting with each other. I remember one day my wife did not even reach the house at 12 a.m. at the same time. Lily was really anxious about her husband Jack because he also had not reached the house yet. At a stamp showed that they both were dating, but I really ignored and did not tell Lily anything about them. Lily's caring and loving nature is really very attractive and seductive. I remember even on my great insistence of having a relationship with me, Lily really did not agree with my idea. In fact, she used to call me a friend, started everything just to take revenge from Jack. But to be honest, I was developing feelings for Lily day by day. She's just a beautiful and responsible wife. On the other hand, my wife stopped making food for us by saying that she couldn't do home chores and appointed a male servant. She was continuously ignoring me and my daughter. In fact, a few days back, she silently slapped Emma harshly. When Emma was asking for her phone, it is heartening that my kid's mother stopped physical relationship with me indirectly, like she used to be full or tired. Most of the time I remember once it was Saturday's night. As usual, my wife was not at home. I was extremely high that time, I was out of control. I just went to Lily's house. Lily was really confused after seeing me this much high. I seduced her and then we shared the bed for the very first time. I remember Lily was regretting of ditching her husband. But then I calmed her down. Now I became totally addicted to her. Not just emotionally but all physically. My wife is now completely changed. She really did not show no interest in the house. Even she's ignoring Emma as well. I am now tired of her and completely falling in love with Lily. I wish I could find Lily before in my life. I remember my wife used to make fun of my looks and status, but in spite of being rich, Lily always praises me. We are now completely fall in love with each other. I really did not know what to do next. I really did not want to lose Lily by any means. It seemed like I got pure love and soul. I'm sharing this all because something really unexpected happened yesterday. Yesterday, Lily called me and said that she found my wife Ariana with her husband in a cafe. Lily further said that after seeing her, Jack and Ariana was literally so confused and began to give her explanation that Jack was actually taking information from Ariana about her skincare company where Ariana was working. The way Lily was judging both of them made it crystal clear that she was suspecting both of them. She further told me that she had often seen my wife Ariana coming to her house in her absence, and whenever she cashed Ariana's answer was that she was here for the plate of cupcakes, which she had just tried and wanting us to taste. I remember Lily bursting into tears and saying how Jack used to ignore her every time. She further said that Jack also did physical violence with her. Once when Jack was completely drunk, she thanked me for my presence in her life. I really love her from the core of my heart. To be honest, I am in a critical situation these days. If I would expose Jack's relationship with my wife, then surely my daughter's future would be all destroyed. But on the other hand, I really did not want to lose Lily. It seems like I cannot live without her. A few hours back, I received an unexpected message from Lily which compelled me to pin down everything and share with you people. Lily told me that she is now carrying my baby in her womb. She was crying and was so confused. I know Lily will never contact me again. But when she would realize that I was actually doing this all in revenge. If I talk about my own choice, I must say I am literally tired of my wife. I obviously did not want to live with an irresponsible and selfish woman. I know that she's with Jack because of his money. This morning, I even caught my wife taking her notes. I'm tired. Please do suggest me something good to me. What would you do if you